Iran issues threat. I don't think I can even say that in first 10 seconds of the video, but now I can say it. Assassination threat against Trump. Are you out of your goddamn mind? This is going to be worse than Venezuela. What are you doing? Maduro was doing this, doing Trump dance, and now he can't because he's in handcuffs. And now Iran is trying to assassinate. By the way, previous assassination attempt, I mean, agencies already know like there is a threat from Iran, even back then. And now you say it openly? Are you high? What are you doing, man? Your country is nearly collapsing. It's a revolution because everyone's protesting. And this is the time you want to poke the bear, and the bear name is Trump. Assassination threat against Trump. Really? It's going to be interesting. Let's watch this one.
We are following some breaking news out of Iran after Iran threatens President Trump. Take a look at this social media post right now, sharing more details of this threat. This is from the New York Post saying Iran issues a sickening assassination threat against Trump. Quote, this time it will not miss the target. And they also shared a photo of one of the assassination attempts against President Trump. All of this coming as protests continue to escalate in Iran. These are some file video of some of these protests in which reportedly hundreds, if not thousands of people.
Do you know why Trump finally decided to capture Maduro? Because the last straw was Maduro's dancing. Trump didn't like that. Trump didn't like Maduro's dancing, so he captured him. And now Iran is saying we won't miss this time. You're gonna say that to Trump? Trump captured Maduro because of dancing. And you're gonna threaten him that we're gonna assassinate you. What do you think he's gonna do now? I don't even understand. Why would you do this? Why would you poke the bear? What is the end result? What are you going to gain by it? Oh, Trump's going to be, oh, I'm scared. I'm okay. Iran is off limit. Is that what Trump's going to say? This doesn't even make sense to me, geopolitical level. You have problem inside your own home that you're trying to solve. There's near a revolution going, and your option is to like poke the biggest power in the world, who's basically like just get pissed off very easily, who doesn't refrain, like doesn't hold back, who captures Maduro just because of the dancing, and you're going to poke that bear now? Possibly the worst time you could have done. If Trump wasn't going to intervene, now he definitely will.
Have been killed. Meantime, Iran's judiciary head has signaled earlier today there would be fast trials and executions ahead for suspects detained these nationwide protests, despite warnings from President Trump that the U.S. may take military action over the killing of peaceful demonstrators.
This is modern time, 2026. Because of Starlink, every footage is out, even what they want to suppress. If the mass killings or whatever they're trying here, whatever they're calling, right? If you do that, people will film it and find a way to post online. What do you think is going to happen when the entire world sees that? Everyone will be in the favor of going against Iranian regime. How do you help your case with this? If there is an easy indication, like if there is an easy goal for Trump, it's this. There is not even confliction if that happens. Because the entire world will be like, yeah, we are with Trump. Even Iran's allies will have to be like, yeah, this was too much. It leaked outside. Everyone's seen this, whatever, like deletions. And yeah, we can't really stand with Iran now. Who will stand with Iran after that? This is social media age. Your deletions will leak out the world.
Those comments came as activists warn that hangings of those detained could come soon. The security force crackdown on the demonstrations has killed at least 2,500 people. That's according to the U.S.-based human rights activist news agency.
What?
The death toll exceeds that of any other round of protest or unrest in Iran in decades and recalls the chaos surrounding the country's 1979 Islamic Revolution. These demonstrations began on December 28th over the collapse of an Iranian currency as the country's economy is being squeezed by international sanctions levied in part over its nuclear program. This also comes as President Trump has consulted with his national security team about next steps with Iran as he looks to get a better understanding of the specific number of Iranian citizens who have been killed and arrested in more than 2 weeks of unrest throughout the country. So this is some video of just some of those protests that have continued to grow in Iran. President Trump said that he believes the killing is significant and that his administration would, quote, act accordingly. He also added that he believed the Iranian government was, quote, badly misbehaving. But the president said that he has yet to receive a confirmed number of Iranians killed in these protests that began late last month, saying that he has heard 5 different sets of numbers in that death toll. So the tensions continue to escalate, and these comments come after President Trump earlier said that he was cutting off the prospects of talks with Iranian officials amid a protest crackdown, telling Iranian citizens, quote, help is on the way. Now, he didn't offer any details about exactly what this help would entail, but his remarks come just 2 days after he said Iran wants to negotiate with Washington after his threat to strike the Islamic Republic. And now the rhetoric continues to ramp up after Iran issues an assassination threat against President Trump, saying, quote, this time it will not miss the target. We, of course, are continuing to follow all of the breaking news stories and also a programming note as you're
Okay. Why would you do that? I'd say my mind is still like, what the fuck, man? Why would you... of all the things you could do, why would you threaten Trump? Did you say something about USA as a country? Did you say something about... No, you directly like Trump. Yeah, we are... And not just saying something about Trump. We will not miss this time, implying that they were behind the first time or something. And you think Trump's gonna let this go? The fuck, man? I don't even understand. This is gonna be worse than Venezuela. Yeah, you'll just hear it in a few days. Right, there's another clip of Iran shutting down airspace after Trump's latest demands. Slightly newer video, so I don't know which detail is gonna be in this one, but yeah, let's watch it.
The killing in Iran is stopping, and it's stopped, and it's stopping. And there's no plan for executions or executions. So I've been told that on good authority. We'll find out about it. I'm sure if it happens, we'll all be very upset, including you will be very upset.
Wait a minute. So they threatened Trump and stopped the assassination. Like, I'm pretty sure there's multiple headlines I'm reading that just says like, they just said they're not gonna, delete the people they were planning to delete. So you back down. At the same time, you also threatened Trump. What are you doing? This is the same thing Iran did years ago when they threatened U.S. Navy. U.S. Navy just deleted Iran's half the Navy like nothing like this. Why are you making decisions like this?
And moments ago, Iran closed its airspace without explanation, at least temporarily. Here to discuss this, Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. Senator, 3 hours ago, we were hearing that America could be planning military strikes against Iran. However, the president came out and made those kind of cryptic comments about the killing stopping. Then Iran closes its airspace, and we're moving personnel out of our military bases in the region. What the heck's going on here?
Well, Laura, what I would recommend is rather than closing its airspace, it stop the violence against its own people.
Hold up. You're moving out military personnel out of your, in the regional, implying you're planning something? You threatened Trump. What do you think is going to happen? Oh, shit. This is why they shut down the airspace, because they know something's coming. Is that it? Oh, no. Delta Force is already there. I'm assuming Delta Force is already there, like anytime now. They're literally watching the, like, okay, when we're doing this. Oh, my God.
The massacre of innocent civilians now probably numbers in the thousands. President Trump has made it clear he's not going to tolerate this kind of wanton violence against the people who are simply yearning for freedom after 47 years of oppression by the Ayatollahs, which are also spreading revolutionary violence and terror around the world with the blood of hundreds of Americans on their hands. I think President Trump this afternoon was specifically referring to certain public executions that were scheduled.
So what is this fucking 12th century public deletions? He says I can't even say it, I guess, because if the, you know, like, our Lord and mercy, the server gets pissed off, at least I can say that. I didn't say it. I don't know. But yeah, the deletions, it's going to be public so people can watch it. What is this, 12th century? What is happening? Am I watching Witcher or something? What is this?
It appears at the time had not gone forward. We'll find out, as he said. But he's been very clear in his demands that the Ayatollahs stop the wanton violence against their own people.
Senator Cotton, you get confidential, top secret briefings in your position in the Senate. The American people aren't privy to what the administration does know about what's happening there. But as usual, I think people are concerned. They're concerned that we could be
You get top secret things. Could you tell us? No, man. I can't.
Toward war. They're concerned that helping Iran, in a noble pursuit indeed, how does that help the average American who's still struggling to pay some bills? And you see it online, and these are MAGA diehards who have some concerns, not overly freaking out, but some concerns here.
Yeah, Laura, and I can understand that. First, I'd point to what you might call the President Trump way of war. If you look at the most consequential, bold, and audacious actions he's taken, the killing of the ISIS leader in Syria, the killing of Iran's terrorist mastermind in Iraq, the strikes against Iran's nuclear programs last year, and the masterful apprehension of Nicolas Maduro just a
Yeah, I mean, what people still thinking that, like, US is gonna be, oh, here's 100,000 US soldiers, we are invading Iran. Yeah, US not gonna do that shit. What you talking about? It's gonna last few minutes. If that doesn't work, a few days after another, something that lasts few minutes, it's gonna be waves of shit that US does. US have many things like that. US have layers, stages of things that they can utilize one after another if they needed to, without putting actual people on the ground. So it's not going to be war. Yeah, it's just going to be like, how much technology should US show Iran before Iran's like, okay, we're enough. That's what's going to happen. US is one of the only, if not the only country who has so many things in that arsenal that they can just like pick one by one. Like, we do this. Oh, this didn't work. We're going to do this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, we're going to do this. One after another.
A couple weeks ago. These look nothing like the Iraq or Afghanistan war. They were not commitments of tens of thousands of troops on open-ended missions. These were direct, bold strikes that advance clear national security priorities. And of course, Iran has been terrorizing the United States and the civilized world for 47 years. As I said, they've got the blood of hundreds of Americans on their hands. And unless there's a fundamental change in the behavior of the Ayatollahs, the only way Iran will stop being this source of instability, disorder, chaos, and violence is for the Iranian people to take their future in their hands. Again, yearning for freedom for 47 years. It would certainly be better for us and all of our friends if Iran was not exporting revolutionary violence and terror every day.
Senator, the added benefit of cleaving China away from Iran, that can't be understated.
Would that happen though? Even if you damage Iran, won't just China sweep in even more? Like, we're your savior. If you remove the leader of Iran, wouldn't that just replace somebody with that person? All they need is resources and money, and China can just supplement them in the background. I don't know. Is that going to work, or is this going to be like Afghanistan or Iraq, where things doesn't really work out because it's near impossible to root out the problem. I don't know. The protest is really big. If people really want change and people really want support of like Israel and USA, which I don't know if Iranian people would want that. They would want the regime change, sure, but would they want USA's help in the long term? Wouldn't that just make China sweep in anyway? I don't know. I don't know the long term. I'm sure like there's way too many experts in the geopolitics and everything in US's, like in White House's command that they can just figure out all this shit. But yeah, you threaten Trump. I think something's going to happen regardless of what. Yeah, I think that was game over. As soon as they did that, that was game over. All right, well, there you go. The next few days, look out, I guess. If you like my reaction, don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time.